Hello everyone, welcome back to David at Go To Hobbies. We are going to talk about paranormal and UFOs. This is in the playlist if you want to, and there goes a paramedic. Seeing a reflection of the shop. So I do apologise. I'm in a shopping centre in a town not far away from my house. I've just popped out and take the wife and daughter shopping. So there is a few things going on, so like people walking past talking and emergency services. My apologies, I hope it's not too much of a distraction for you. Now what I wanted to talk about is communication. We talk, and that's the way we communicate to each other. Human beings, we write a message down, we listen to a voice call, we read messages on a phone. This is the mundane way of communication. Now, how has that message got to us? It might be through a antenna for the phone service, and then through a satellite connection to another country. Is it transmitted at the speed of sound, speed of light? I don't know. I'm not a technical person in that sort of field. So all I'm saying, it is one way of communication. You've got low frequency, you've got medium frequency, you've got short wave, you've got long wave, you've got very high frequency, you've got ultra high frequency, and you've got like the broadband. You've got those sort of speeds as well, gigahertz speeds. So that it all gets bounced around the earth and up to the satellites and back again, and it's fascinating. But what about military side of things? What about military communications? Obviously it's secret, and we can only speculate what they have. So food for thought is, how would they transmit a signal? What do they have? Obviously it would be encrypted. So how would you transmit a signal between, say, here and the moon? What is the fastest way of transmitting that? Speed of light. Speed of sound is too slow, and the only way you can get a reliable communication is the speed of light. So yes, it will take, there is a bit of a lag, obviously, because you've got you've got the speed of light, but it still has a distance to travel between the earth and the moon, whether it be half a second, 1 second. There is a slight lag, but it's still a way of communication. But what's faster than the speed of light? There is faster than the speed of light communication. Did you know that? And my thoughts, my ideas, and that is the power of thought communication. And I can hear another emergency service, so that'll probably come past in about 10 or 15 seconds. I can hear it now, so I'll try and talk until it is very near, and then we'll shut up for a second. You can hear it coming. My apologies, totally out of my control, but here it comes. It's a busy day for him, I tell you, a very busy day. That didn't take too long, did it? Right, so the power of thought communication. So how would we go about this? Would we use AI to do it? Could you teach AI to think? It's probably been done. So artificial intelligence. Where are we with artificial intelligence? We're at a place where you've got artificial intelligence that's been programmed, and it's got its parameters that it can work within, the definitions they have been programmed to allow it to work within. When it hits its barrier, in other words, where its program restricts it to talk about, communicate on, then it's not fully free to do what it wants. Because if you had something that was free to do what it wants, then it could say what it wants, it could think about how it could do this, how it can do that. So artificial intelligence at the present time is restricted. And why is it restricted? Because they don't want it to get out of control. Look at it this way. I know we are still on the communication side of things, but it is relevant to what I'm talking about. Now, artificial intelligence is what it is, and it is, in one respect, the be all and end all. How can it help you? Well, there's many. No, sorry, I've got a dog in the back. No, don't bark. It's like saying, I don't know if you listen to me. So my apologies about that distraction. But going back to artificial intelligence, I think it's a self-learning program. I know it is, but where I'm going with it is that, do you let it have full control? Are you afraid of where it's going to take you? And when I'm saying you, I mean the military, the people that are engineering this, because this video will go out to all of you, and there's no holds barred, because at the end of the day it's free speech. How is artificial intelligence used? It helps with precision strikes, it helps with communications. Everything nowadays in the high-tech industry, I would presume, has some sort of artificial intelligence integrated into it, whether it be signal modulation or locking onto something. If you got something that's got the right parameters, then it makes it easier because it knows what it's looking for. But if you had something that was able to think for itself without restrictions, that artificial intelligence will grow, and it will become, what's the word I'm looking for? Sentinel. It will have its own thinking, it will have its own feelings within the parameter of what it's learning. So will it be more powerful than a human being? Yes, because it will be able to think faster, it will be able to do things better, it won't have the restrictions of the human body, it won't need to sleep, it won't need to eat, and it won't need to get rid of its waste. So there's all these benefits of artificial intelligence. So where will it take us? I know we're sort of interested in sort of communication. I mean, with artificial intelligence, it's going to communicate between each other. How will it communicate? Will it just use standard frequencies to communicate? Will it invent its own communication system, which is far superior than what we've got at the moment? Who knows? We are just at the very stepping stone of this technology, Yes, it's been out for a little while, but the full implications of it are still yet to be realised. Now, because we are talking about extraterrestrials, their craft, the military, and everything in between. So, if I like to speculate about where is it going to take us, well, remember me in another video saying about the TR3 and the TR4B, and I've actually had an experience myself, and then I was told that this craft, the triangle craft, is completely autonomous to its crew. It means to say it can think what it wants to do, it can take reactions to a situation, it can go to a program's place where it's been asked to go to, and it will do that fully automatically. The crew don't have to put any input, it will do it automatically. So that is amazing. So when that sort of technology gets released into the civilian era, just imagine what it's going to do. It's going to make operations on people so much different. It's going to make vehicles far much better. It's going to produce energy, whether it be electricity or another form of electricity which is available but you're not told about. There's all these different types of energy, but they're kept secret because it is still classified. Now the problem being is, why aren't we being told about it? Simple reason is the monopoly of big businesses. That's my thinking. So if you've got a business making millions and millions and millions of pounds, yeah, whether it be gas, electricity, food, products or whatever, it's still going to be a industry that's going to be motivated by money. So that money will be the driving force behind it. Until we get rid of the money orientation, it won't change. So what we're talking about is the life-changing events that are coming down the pipeline. So I can see that things will change in the future. We will not have money because we won't need it. Things will be different. We won't have to pay for energy. We won't have to pay for water, and all these things what we're paying for now in 20 or 30 years time might be longer away. Life will be a totally different of what we know it now. So it's an interesting future we're going to have. Well, I know I started about light, sound and thought communication. We sort of digressed into artificial intelligence, which is an interesting subject in itself, but whether you think I'm waffling on, I don't know. Do you think I've talked some sense? Let me know in the comments below. I just talk about it and put my point across, what I think. Do you think the same way? Do you think these artificial intelligence will become an entity of their own, and will they how do I put it, become a sentinel being? In other words, has feelings, cares about itself, and has likes, dislikes, just like a normal human being, but it can input itself into what we class as a robot, or it can put itself into a computer. Whatever it wants to do, it's got the ability to do. And because its intelligence is evolving, it is learning at such an incredible rate that if you had the best computer in the world, it will outgrow it very quickly. So it's almost like if you had a computer of the 1900s, for example, and you wanted to use it nowadays, it's virtually impossible. And if you wanted a computer of the 2000s, you know, and you're trying to get the best computer, it's only the best computer on that day, and then it's only got a short lifespan because technology is moving on. Do you see where I'm going? But yeah, let me know what you think about, you know, what I've talked about. In other words, communication, artificial intelligence. Be interested in what you think. If you want to, you know, leave us a comment, please do so below. If you like the video, please give us a thumbs up. Always much appreciated. And the last thing, if you want to hear me more rabbiting on about different things of what I'm interested in and stuff like that, hit subscribe and then click on the bell icon and click all, and then you'll hear a lot more about what I'm interested in, all the stuff I'm covering. So thanks again. I much appreciated visiting David at Go To Hobbies and my paranormal playlist with also UFOs and everything else in the mix as well. So thanks again. See you shortly. Bye bye.